well, what you're looking at isn't metal anymore. You're looking at paint. Okay, John, I'm gonna see what goes on down there, I guess.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, they gave me 50 cents too much. I guess so. How's it
Hello.
going today?
Good, you?
Oh, pretty good.
Good.
Oh, kind of getting.
So what are you making?
Well, what I've been working on today is mostly these
Okay. And what are those?
fire pokers.
Okay.
So when you have a campfire
Mm-hmm.
and you need to poke your fire around.
Okay.
That one I made yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
These two here are still too hot to touch. That's how recently they were made.
Okay.
These ones are kind of extra long.
Wow. Nice. And do you paint them or just keep them this way?
They're treated with beeswax.
Okay.
You just missed me putting it on.
Okay.
But when the iron is still hot,
Uh-huh.
you rub this on and it burns in and seals it off.
Oh,
pretty
really?
good.
Wow.
Like this one here will still be, like don't touch it, it's still hot. But you can still see the waxes
It is
liquid on there.
shiny.
It's a pretty good rust proof
Yeah.
and it looks right.
Yeah, that is why I asked if they were painted.
Yeah, painted, no.
No.
Painted no good. And also, since this is poking a fire, this is getting,
Yeah, the paint will.
if you had paint, it would be burning, you'd
Yeah.
be smelling burnt paint, and that's no good.
But it doesn't affect the wax.
Well, the wax will get hot, and it might eventually burn it off, but that's better than if it was paint.
Yes, that's for sure.
You can always reapply a little oil or wax.
Yeah.
too.
Well, and where it burns off, you always get the soot and stuff and the oils from the fire anyways.
Yeah.
Seems to protect it.
And you have to have it in the fire a lot
Yeah.
for it even to get that hot.
Huh. And do you do this on a regular basis or just
Yeah.
for the show?
I'm getting close to full time actually.
Oh yeah. So you have a shop
Yeah,
somewhere?
I have a shop at my own place.
Ah,
I'm only
okay.
here demonstrating when the show is going on.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And what do you mainly make in your own place?
Whatever people want, like these are some of the things that people have made or had me make for them.
Okay.
I do a lot of fireplace related work.
These are amazing. I bought one last year.
Yeah.
As long as you don't lose it.
Don't lose. Sorry. I gotta put another wiener roaster up.
These look perfect.
See, this is what my mom last year.
That reminds me, I gotta write something down.
Oh, this is cute. A little kind of
It's for kicking the ashes up.
Well, actually, that's for cooking over big fires. These.
Gives you the
Yeah.
nicest.
Not that I haven't made fireplace shovels for cleaning out the ash. There's one there.
Yeah, copper? Or,
Yeah.
okay.
They're made from old copper pipes. What I do is I try to find the large diameter ones like this. I'll cut them on one side, peel them open, and then I have sheet copper.
Okay.
Blacksmith.
Then from there I can make whatever I want.
Blacksmith?
Yeah. They are easy to work,
Yeah, they're,
easier or the same
Oh, these are
as the
cool.
steel.
they're easier in some ways and harder in other ways.
Oh yeah.
Copper is soft, so it's easy to work that way. But when you have it in the forge, it's also really easy to get too hot and you melt it,
Yeah.
you ruin it.
it back, honey. So that's bad.
Put it back, honey. Do you make bigger ones, like to put stuff on to cook on a fire?
Yeah, whatever people want, I'll make. Somebody commissioned me to make 6 sets of these, and while I was at it, I made an extra set to bring to shows. If we're cooking over pretty big fires, that's why they're so long.
Okay.
What is this one that you are making now?
What I'm making is one of these.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So this right here is going to be that end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll finish this end off. I'll make that little point, and then I'll work on this end, and I'll make this flat spot. So
Okay.
that's where I put my screws, like this.
Ah, okay.
Gives you a nice flat spot in order to drill against. And then once that's all done, that's when I'll go and then I'll put my twist in. That way,
Okay.
if it's not straight when I'm finished forging it, I still have a chance to get
Get it
everything
straight, yeah.
lined up.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yes, right. So what do you make this out of?
I guess all the material I had, I've turned into pokers now. This one here isn't finished yet.
So it's just like a long rod then?
Yeah, it's square bar. And then my wrap is round bar, same material as this.
Okay.
And it's actually just about 3 feet worth that I wrap around.
Oh.
That was
So how
really-
much are these?
This style is 50. That's higher than.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to,
Oh, I got you.
because the bar is really sharp,
Oh yeah, that could be it. Railroad spike.
so this is what I start
Railroad
with.
spike.
Ah, okay.
But the edges are really, really sharp. So you just kind of knock them down a little bit, and it gives it a little nicer feel, a little nicer finish.
Well, most of the time spent making those is just hitting with a hammer lots of times to put that texture in there. So like, see this hammer texture in there? Every one of those dents is a hit with the hammer. Boom, 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 boom. That's where most of the time goes. Especially making these big ones. I would maybe have to make a smaller one for you. I do have some smaller ones in my thing, but I don't know if I have one quite as small as
You still haven't made it down there yet.
I know. I suppose.
Oh, how long have you been doing?
About 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Who's
Hubert Smith. Yeah, he's around here somewhere driving around. Actually, I should go meet him. I want to go see the sawmill demo. I'm always in here. I never get to see the sawmill demo.
It's not going to be running for a while yet because that's where my husband is working. But apparently something went wrong or whatever. So we got to tighten some stuff and fix it up.
Oh, I guess maybe I don't need to run down there, huh?
Yeah, they had it earlier, but you know.
And you heard that just now. It's not.
Yeah, my husband is he's one of them.
Okay. I guess I can carry on here. Maybe I'll go. tell me they're gonna come and pick that up today. The person I made that for.
Oh, you made it for somebody?
Yeah.
How much you selling for?
90.
Right. So this guy here, how long has he been doing?
How long have you been doing this, John?
5 years?
No, at most 3.
3?
But I didn't take any formal training until about, I finished about 4 months.
Just getting into it.
Did you take formal training?
Yeah. Hubert Smith.
You learned here?
No, at his shop in Marcel.
Marcel. Oh. Okay. Very nice. So are you from there or what?
I'm from Canada.
You can, so
It's about an hour drive to Marcel and it's about an hour drive here.
Kenwood.
It's by Shelburne.
What's that?
It's by Shelburne.
Shelburne, yeah. North. Where do you get your charcoal?
The coal that we get is a very special type of coal. It actually comes from Pennsylvania.
Oh, is that it?
Saskatchewan Blacksmith Association, which I'm a member of.
Oh,
We get it in a big semi-load, and then that gets distributed amongst all its members.
okay. And that's wood, right?
No, it's coal.
It's coal?
Yeah, like mine coal.
Can they make charcoal with wood?
Yeah, but it's not going to be as good as this.
Not
You go through a ton because it's just there's not as many BTUs, there's not much energy stored in wood.
But actually, most of the history of blacksmithing, it was charcoal. It was only with the discovery of coal that it switched over to coal. And then, of course, now even further yet, there's propane forges. But mine at home is a coal forge. I think coal is better.
What's that?
Mine at home is a coal forge.
Coal, like this.
Yeah, like this, except I don't have a hand crank on mine. I've got an electric mower. So I can control the speed, and I have a lot more control with that than I do this. Well, this here, the drawback is, okay, here I'm turning it, fueling my fire, that's good. But then I go away and work, do something else, talk to someone for a while, come back and my fire's down. I can't be revving my fire at the same time I'm working on other stuff. But of course, when we're here demonstrating, we do it authentic to the time period. So this is what you would have seen in a blacksmith shop 100 years ago, 150 years ago.
So back home, like you try different kinds of things?
I do a little bit of everything. Whatever people want, whatever I think will sell. Of course, the blacksmithing today is kept alive by like artwork type stuff.
That's right.
Most of the stuff
You must watch those guys on TV. Eh?
Oh, not really. I don't like that show actually. A little bit full of shit. You know when they do their quench and there's a big fireball?
Yeah?
Like that's kind of special effects.
Oh.
Like I think they put a little bit of gas on top of the oil.
Oh.
Like
They also quench when your metal's way too hot to
well,
quench.
that's partially a camera effect.
Yeah.
Like I filmed the quench I did a while ago, and it also looked way too hot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I think that they probably are quenching it at the right temperature. Actually, it just looks too hot. But in real life, it's a lot more underwhelming than you see on TV. It's just fizzing oil. So, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm gonna. was kind of disappointed. You had to look pretty close just to see the Damascus. But that's because it was all the same.
It's all the same, yeah. Are you selling this stuff on here?
Yep.
Hello.
That's all stuff that I've made and this for sale. Usually I don't do forge welds when I'm demonstrating, but I'm going to sneak one in now. For that, you need to get it really hot as you ever get anything.
Oh, okay.
So I need to have this just about melting actually. So it's getting pretty close now. See, that's why I don't do demonstrating so much. Now I think I got a successful weld. I'm going to go and do it again to make sure. If you have that on a video, you'll find one good frame where all the sparks are flying.
Yeah.
Forge welds make really great photography. There'll be the one frame where I hit it with the hammer and whoosh,
Yeah, maybe can add some effect to it too.
and there'll be another one right away here too.
Yeah.
I hope I can get a good weld. When I do this at home, I put a little bit of borax on it, and what that does is that blocks some of the oxygen.
Oh yeah.
It's the metal oxidizing is what makes it not weld so great.
Huh.
But this is the process that two pieces were welded together, like
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the day. Before there were electric welders and gas welders and all that kind of stuff. You get it like bright white hot, so it's almost like liquid.
Yeah.
Like it's just starting to melt, and then you can pound them together and fuse it into water. Okay, and that's almost now. When I see sparks coming out of the fire like that, that means my iron's actually starting to burn up a little bit. That means I'm there. I think I got a good weld. Not maybe a perfect weld, but it'll do.
Mm.
I think I'll do one more heat, draw this out a little bit more before I bend this out like that.
Ah, okay.
I got it about 3/4 welded. The last little bit's not quite, but it's not a chain link or anything. So.
Yeah, functionally it wouldn't matter really.
These are good practice for forge welds because you get it not quite perfect. It's not like you're starting over.
Yeah.
A lot of things, of course, if you don't get it right, then you are starting over.
Yep.
fire poker.
Hmm.
Do you get my money transfer?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and
What about that one?
well, this one's actually specifically for someone extra
Okay.
long. But
Okay.
if you want one made today or a different one of the different styles,
That's fine.
you can come back here and dig through them all.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch some more. I'll grab one on the way up.
Okay, sounds good.
How long are you here till?
Oh, 4 or 5. Up at least 4:30.
Okay.
Actually, by the time I pack all my stuff, it'll probably be more like 5:30.
Okay, I'll make sure I'm here till 5. And if I miss you, I got your number. I can always track you down.
Well,
But I'll be here.
that
till-
should be it this year.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you then.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm quite happy with the end I got on this one.
Are you going to wax that one?
I still gotta go and do some twists in it yet.
Oh yeah.
So the next stage I'll do is putting these in there.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'll be waxing it after that.
Huh.
And like this fire poker, I suppose functionally is complete,
Yeah.
but it's time to get some
Yeah,
artistic
it-
touch in
yeah.
there.
I don't know.
That's like,
You sell them?
okay, let's get this beat up.
Is this something that your dad did at one time when you caught on, or just?
It's been a few generations
Yeah.
since there's been a blacksmith in my family.
Yeah, okay.
My great grandpa was a blacksmith.
Right, okay. It's usually how it works. Should have handed down.
Yeah, the guy who taught me, he's 86, Hubert Smith. He's actually here somewhere driving around.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But he's pretty good. He's in better shape than half the people my age.
Yeah.
He's been doing the threshing and the sawmill demonstrating today.
Okay.
I've kind of taken over as the main demonstrator here now.
Oh, yeah. Kind of a dying breed, though, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of us, or there's not a ton of us that are like doing it at like full quality sort of
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
And I try to.
Yeah, try.
I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I'm never happy with my own work.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
I'm getting there now.
Well, I was watching it yesterday, and you were saying you looked like a good twist to me, and you had a little space in it. You said, "I'm not happy with it. I'm taking it all the way back."
I even remember that one. Yeah, I had a gap where it wasn't twisted.
You don't see too many young people say that anymore. I mean, just,
Yeah, people these days are like, oh, it's good enough.
yeah, good enough. Yeah.
I like Hubert's answer to that. When we were being taught, Gordon said to him, he said, "Hubert, you think this is good enough?" And Hubert just looked at him and said, "Either it's good or it's not. There's only two choices.
That's right.
Either it is or it's not."
Well, you want to know another piece of that story, John? It's actually, he's quoting a smith who he learned from some.
Oh, okay.
What was his name? Francis Whitaker.
Really?
He's-
Oh, right. He's on.
He's like a pretty legendary smith who's passed on now. But the story goes is that Francis was working in the shop and he had a student there. And one of his students says, is this straight enough? And then Francis didn't even look up from what he's doing. It's either it's straight or it isn't.
Right. Yeah.
And Hubert always repeats that.
Okay. Yeah. It's a good one.
It's true. I
Oh,
mean,
that's true. Yeah.
And he same thing. He wasn't even looking. He just said either it's good or it's not.
Right. Yeah. It's just back to common sense, right?
if you can tell that it's not straight, like is it
Then it's
straight
not
enough?
straight.
Well, it's obviously not straight.
Exactly.
Don't you want it to be straight? Make it straight.
Yeah.
And that's part of the beauty of blacksmithing. You can make mistakes and fix them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
a little more heat, and you
yeah.
can fix your mistakes. Yeah.
You can make it as good as you want it to be. If you want it to be good, make it that way. People think that blacksmithing, oh, it's not that precise. You can only really do so much. You can be pretty precise if you want to.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah.
So the twist you see me do there, I did a small twist and then a space and then I did another small twist.
Mhm.
Now what we're going to do is a larger twist in between those two. Oh, this isn't quite right. If I don't have an even temperature, then it won't twist even, and then I'll have one like I was complaining about yesterday.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
doesn't have to be real hot to do these twists. This is just 3/8 square bar. When I do ones on like 1 inch bar, then it's a little trickier. So what I do is, since I don't want it to twist on top of what I already did, I cool that down, and then I also cool it down over here.
Okay.
So now it's only hot in between, and it'll only twist in between. Then I gotta straighten it out.
This is really the first time I got to watch you, Ramsey.
You've been busy working yourself. So this looks kind of silly, but what I'm doing is straightening it.
Right?
Isn't it straight enough?
I suppose a person could also argue that it's never going to be perfectly straight. But I say if you can't tell,
If you can't tell, it's straight enough.
and I think I'm probably better at telling than most people. If I can't tell that it's not straight, it's good. Oh, there's 2 wrenches here all of a sudden. You must have brought one.
Yeah.
The person that had me make this fire poker, they wanted one really long. This is about as long as I ever make my fire pokers. This must be at least 4 feet, right? Something like that.
I find once you get over a certain length, it becomes harder to manage.
This is longer than I would use myself. Okay, so I can show you that up close if you'd like. I am quite happy with this one.
Looks pretty good to me.
So now, only got to put it in the fire one more time, and that's to sign it. I'm an artist and I sign my work.
Yeah.
What stamp, like stencils?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are what I use.
Yeah.
I've actually got a whole set.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I sign my work with Ram, which is just short for Ramsey, which is my name.
Oh yeah.
People just call me Ram, it's kind of my nickname.
I guess you just get it, if it's warm, you get a deeper stencil in it, right?
Yeah, and I don't wear out my stamps so bad.
Oh yeah.
I actually need this spot to be hot to put my wax treatment on anyway.
Oh. Okay.
So even if I stamped it cold, I still have to heat it up anyway.
I'll wait for you.
To put on the wax, it has to be hot to do it right. But it really doesn't have to be that hot, just to stamp the name on it. It's only just slightly glowing red, and that's all I need. Oh boy. It's been on my list to do for like 8 years, is to put these on handles so I don't need to grab them every time.
Yeah.
I also use these for other things too, so I guess that's why I haven't bothered. And now it's just to wax it. Not straight. Still not straight. It can be hard to tell if it's straight when it's hot because the heat actually
Yeah.
curves the light a little bit.
Right.
So when you're looking down at it, it's all like wavy. Okay, now it's wax time. And I usually take my tips and I just give them a little bit more heat. They've cooled down by now.
And what's the idea of waxing now?
It's a
Just-
good rust proof.
A rust proof, oh,
and
yeah.
It's nice aesthetic, it's a nice look.
Yeah,
finish.
okay.
Way better than if you were painting it or something.
Right.
Horrible finish.
Yeah.
And since this is a fire poker and it's going to be around a fire, then you really can't have paint or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is hard. It also kind of smokes it up in here a little bit too. Oh well. put the wax on maybe a little bit too hot down here, the wax will kind of turn dark, and then I gotta brush it off. And my cloth is seeing there.
Hand this over and then I'll bring it back. It'll just make more space.
Oh, I missed a spot there. Yeah, I think it's done. I declare it done. Oh, actually a little bit more. Now I declare it. Finished fire poker. Extra long.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty
Hot,
good.
hot off the press.
Yeah. So what would you sell that one for?
Fif- 55 this one is. I charge an extra $5 for this style of hand.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little spot right there. And now that's too hot to touch. I'll set that aside. Nice. I officially got everything done that I felt like I needed to get done this weekend.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. 50.